In this video, we are going to see how to check whether a number is odd or even in Python. So, first of all, we have to understand what an odd and an even number is. So this is just a definition. So without knowing the definition, we can't really do the implementation. So let's say, okay, so first of all, what is an odd number? An odd number is a number like 1, 3, 5, 7. So it is a number which has the form of 2n plus 1. So let's say we take where n should be a number greater than 0. So like any number, any natural number, meaning that the numbers that we use to count things. So that's basically an odd number. So let's say we take n as 5. So we are going to get the odd number of 11. So that's basically the odd number. So the numbers that are even numbers, okay, so these are odd numbers. So now even numbers are numbers that are of this form. So as you may probably guess, they are the numbers that we can find by this formula, where n is as previously it should be a natural number. Great. Okay, so it's just larger than a 0, so it's a natural number. Let's say we take n as 15. Now we're going to take the next, so the even number is going to be 30. So that's what's an even number. So now how we can check, like how we can implement and check whether this number is an odd or even in Python. Well, basically we need to use the trick where we can see here that let's say when we divide this a number of any form that is odd, when we divide it by 2, it is going to have a remainder of 1. So let's say we divide 7 by 2. So we are going to have 3 times 2 is going to be 6. So we are going to have a remainder of 1. Or if we divide 5 by 2, we are going to get 2 and a remainder is going to be 1. So we can see that always a number is going to be odd if the remainder is 1, and if the remainder is 0, it's going to be even. So let's say we take 2 divided by 4, it's going to 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4, so there's no remainder, so it's 0. So that's the definition. Now let's do the implementation. So let's call this is even, or we can just do whatever we want. So let's say we take the numbers. So we are checking whether, okay, so in Python we need to take the remainder. So how do we take the remainder? In Python we use this symbol like this. So if when we divide n by 2, the remainder is 1, then we are going to actually return that return false, since it is not even, because when the remainder is 1, it is actually odd. So that's similar to what we have been doing here. Otherwise, okay, so there's no other possibility, so we just return true. We can also just do this in a one line. Let's say we can just write version 2 of it. So is even version 2, however we want to call it. So now we can just say return whether n. So we can just check it like this. So if check whether the remainder of the number after we divide it by 2 is going to be 0. If it's 0, then it is even. Otherwise, it's odd. So let's test it. So let's say we have a number like a. Okay, let's say we check is even. Let's say we check it with 11. So 11 is actually odd. So the result should be actually. So it should be false. So let's check the result of this. So we are executing this. As we can see, it's false. Now we can also make sure that this, okay, so we can also just check whether the second version is also returning the same value. So let's check. So for the same input, so we are, for both of them, we are just checking with 11 whether they are returning the same result. and let's check the results. So as we can see, both of them are returning the same value.